in 2019, you must speak it into existence, what you want. You're not successful and you're not where you want to be because of your own doing. That's how much power we have. The power is in the tongue. Look around you. Look at your circumstances. You're not where you want to be because of your own self, nobody else. And you can look at your tongue as the victim. You can look at your tongue as the culprit. You can look at your tongue for the reason why you're not where you want to be. Because until you start speaking the way you want to live every single day, you will never live it. You must shift the heavens. You must shift the universe. You must tell your Father how you want to live and how successful you want to be. You know, growing up, you told your father and your mother about toys you wanted, and you were very specific. You told your family members and friends and your parents about what you wanted to do in middle school, what middle school you wanted to go to if you had choices, what high school you were going to, what classes, what majors you wanted to take, what sports you wanted to play. You were specific with your parents when you were a kid and growing up about the things you wanted to do and the goals you had. And you work towards those goals and those majors in school and those sports activities. And then you got into college and then you had to pick what college you wanted to go to, and you were very specific. But all of a sudden, now that you are grown, you're not doing that with your own life. You're settling for what the world is doing. If the world is going crazy, the world is having financial problems, you're living that as well. You're saying, well, this is the world. The world's doing it. I guess I have to go with the world here. You know, I have to feel sorry for myself because the rest of the world is going through hardship. So I guess I can go through it with them. No. Right? You're telling yourself that you'll never do this, you'll never make this, this is not going to happen this year, maybe next year, maybe in 5 years. You are your worst enemy. And it all starts with your tongue, with your mouth. You know, when I did the 61 day of break the system of the mind, of my mind, your mind, it was to allow you to change the way you talk to yourself, to change the way your mind talks to yourself, to change the things that you're doing, to reprogram you and reset you into a new way of thinking, which is, I'm going to just speak what I want, what I demand, and what the future I want to live in. I'm going to speak it into existence, and I'm going to force the heavens and the universe to shift in my favor. Because growing up, they taught us the opposite. They taught us to be scared, to have fear. They taught us to not, you don't need to learn about financials. You don't need to learn about banking. You don't need to learn about any of this stuff. You don't need to learn about stocks and investing and bonds and things, all these stuff, mutual funds. You don't need to learn any of this stuff. The world's a scary place. Remember when they used to tell us that all the time back in when you were growing up? The world's a scary place. Everything's negative. Think negative, like growing up you remember you see all this negativity around you. And then you wonder why your life is negative. You wonder why you didn't reach the goals. And then you see another kid who didn't go to the public schools system, who wasn't brought up that way, was told to be an entrepreneur, was told how to about stocks and bonds as he was growing up as a little child, taught about investing and savings and Wall Street, and his life is way different than yours. He's in a Ferrari. He's in a Lamborghini. He's dressed up and looking good. He's making $1 million a year. And all because of a mindset and the tongue that was creating his or her future. While your future was not being created that way. Your future was survive now, and the world is scary, and you don't need to know anything about, the future or savings and stuff like that. Survive now. You're always, you make all these mistakes. You'll never amount to nothing. This is what our environment with the 99% go through, especially in the hoods and the ghettos and in the minority neighborhoods. It's always, you'll never be nothing, blah, blah, blah. It's always negativity. They're creating a future of negativity for you. And then you're walking right in there because because as a child, we didn't know how to cancel that stuff. We didn't even think we didn't even know about the spiritual realm. We didn't know about the spiritual world. We had no clue about that stuff. So when people were speaking into our life negative things, and our parents were speaking negative things into our lives, our aunties and uncles and our brothers and sisters and our friends are speaking all this negative things in our lives, we're not canceling it. And then we're not saying, no, I rebuke you, I'm going to be this and that. Do you know when you hear about an NFL player or NBA superstar, what is the one thing they always have in common? They always say they kept speaking it into existence as a child, right? When people would say, oh man, you'll never do this, and they would rebuke it and say, I'm going to be the best player in the NFL. I'm going to be a superstar player in the NFL. I'm going to be a wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Those are the people that are creating their future to become in existence. The rest of us, we took the negativity. Everything our parents said about us that was negative, everything we thought about in our minds that were negative about our own selves and our future, everything the television said and social media said about our future, everything the trolls said about our future, everything the haters said about our future, everything our brothers and sisters and cousins and nephews said about our future that was negative, we took it in. We took it in, and we're living that negativity. You can't break free. There's always something going wrong. It's because you took on that negativity. You didn't rebuke it. You didn't cancel it. You accepted it, and the universe shifted to make sure that you stay in that position going forward. This is why life and death is in the tongue. If I wake up and I speak life into myself, wealth into myself, healing into myself, into my existence, godly friends and family members, greatness, fulfilling my destiny, favor, blessing, success, joy, happiness. If I speak that into my existence, Guess what's going to happen a year or 2 or 3 from now? Me speaking that into existence, that will be my existence. That will be the way I'm living. Because power is in the tongue. We are creating our futures every day with our tongue. When somebody says something negative about you, you better rebuke it and you better cancel it. And then, to make it even better, you come back at them and say, no, I canceled it and I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. And that's going to be what it is. And you know what? They'll be shocked because they will realize you understand that the words are powerful. You see, the Zionists in Hollywood understand that words are powerful. They're living. Words are living. That's how they create your future, because they're living. If words were dead, then you wouldn't care it wouldn't matter what we say. We could call ourselves all types of names and it wouldn't matter if they were dead. But because words are living, it is powerful. And because Hollywood knows that and the Zionists know that, and because they hate the brown skinned people, coloreds and minorities, they made sure that the brown people put all that negativity in the music. That's how powerful they know words are. And we are going to destroy the brown community with their own words. Bingo, right? For those that follow Benny, bingo. We are going to use their words against them. And they will wonder why they cannot come out of the projects, out of poverty. They can't figure out why they are in this bondage of financial crisis and situation. And they will not realize it until somebody comes and lets them know that words are the living thing. And what you listen to and what you accept is what you become, or it's what you are going to be living like in the future. So when I'm putting on music that is talking about drugs and killing and struggle and depression and all of this heartbreak, when I'm putting that into my spiritual, when I'm listening to that and it's flowing through my body of destruction and poverty and depression and drugs and addiction and all these things, and everybody in my community is listening to the same thing, and I look around and my community is devastated. My community is on drugs. They're addicted. There's crime. There's homelessness. There's poverty. There's children and babies crying. Why is this? It's because we are listening to living words that are and we are accepting those living words, and they are creating our existence. This is why Zionists are so powerful, because they understand that words are a living thing and they create your existence. So that's why They targeted the Browns community that way so that you will never become successful. And if you did become successful, it's because you were the exception. You fought and canceled that stuff, and you became one out of the million people that became a basketball star. But guess what the Zionists also did? They knew that would happen. They knew one or two out of 100,000 would make it because they wouldn't accept that lifestyle, and they would continue to speak positive things into their lives, and they would create their environment that way. So what they did was, because one or two might out of 100,000 might make it out of the hood as a star, they see it, and then they go after those people, and they make sure those people are on their side. And that's where you get the sellouts. That's where you get the Charles Barkleys. That's where you get the LeBron James and all these people throwing up the Baphomet Goat signs, wearing the black and white, throwing up Illuminati symbols and things. That's where you get all of the Nick Cannons and everybody else, the 50 Cents, because they made it out, and the Zionists knew that was going to happen. At least some people are going to make it out, because they're going to speak it into existence that they want better for their lives. But we need to make sure that they're on our team. So the people that make it out, we're going to scout them. We're going to scout them. We're going to cover them. We're going to watch them closely. Why do you think all these young superstars? How do we know about these young superstars? Because there are scouts out there watching them. Anybody that is in the 7th, 8th, 9th grade that has some type of potential to make it out, they already know who they are. And they've watched them. And then once they get to the certain age of that they might go pro, here they come. Here comes the Jewish, here comes the Jewish man, like, I'm not speaking of all Jews. I'm just talking about the Zionists. There's a difference. But here they come. Can I be your agent? We've been watching you. We've been following you. Can I be your lawyer? Right? You're going to be on our team. You're either going to be on our team, or we're just going to destroy your life. We're gonna just make up stuff about you. Right? And that's what we see over and over and over again. But that's how the world is right now. Right? And that's for sports players, that's for entertainers and sports players. They literally have people watching these people, and they attack these people and make sure that they're on their side. Some of them slip by the cracks. Some of them slip by the cracks and go independent and turn, and say no to these people. Some of them do, but their careers aren't very successful. They might have one hit, and then that's it. And then they're done. You never hear from them again. Right? Because then it's ultimatums after that. You will be a part of us, or you won't make another record or something like that, and they just go away. Right? The Zionists don't play. You're going to either be with us and be famous with us, or you're not going to be famous at all. Okay? Well, back to that. Back to speaking. Okay? If Hollywood knows how important that is, words are, then you should too. But you should do it the opposite, right? You should do the opposite of the media. The media talks about bad news all day long. You should speak good news all day long. I've met a lot of you guys on social media, and a lot of you guys speak negativity all day long. I go on YouTube, I go on Facebook, I go on Instagram, I go on Twitter, and it's literally 80% negativity all day. How am I going to be able to do this? I can't pay for this bill. I am broke. I am this. I am that. I am this. My family members are that. And it's negativity. Oh, I can't stand this job. I can't I want to cry. And I'm sitting there like, All you're doing is building your future with your words. Even if it's on social media, it's still words, and words are living. So if you say, oh, well, I just posted on social media, it's not a big deal. Yes, it is. Words are living. And it's attached to you because you're the one writing it. So it's creating your future. Regardless if you like it or not. Matter of fact, you don't even have to believe me. Look at your life right now. You know? Look at your life and then tell me if I'm lying or not, right? If you're dealing with bullcrap every day, if you're dealing with your job and situation, if you're not making enough money, if you're not where you thought you were going to be 5 years ago, that's a sign that you have been speaking and accepting negativity into your life. And it has built to where you are right now. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy, man. I tell you. Do you know when we started the breaking the system of the mind? Do you know that day I started the breaking the system of my mind? Do you know what happened to this channel, Eyes Open Media? It went through the roof. Remember the day I started the breaking the system video? Go back to that video, the day one video, and I don't know if you can see. They're not going to be. You're not going to know the subscriber count. But go back to that video and look at the subscribers and go back to that video and be like, okay, I thought, he only had maybe like 7,000, 8,000 subscribers. Now look at his channel. Go back to that video, the first video I did, and look at where this channel is at now, because we just commanded negativity to go and commanded positivity to come in. And things just absolutely turned for the better for this channel. I mean, the channel was already a great channel, but and a lot of you guys love it and enjoy it. Thank you guys for that. But we just absolutely doubled subscriber counts in that 61 days. It was crazy what was happening to the channel in that 61 days. And the reason why is because we were commanding negative things to go. We were commanding delays to go. And we were commanding positive things to come in. That's how fast your life can change. In 61 days, you can go from a trailer park to a nice mansion in 61 days by changing your mindset. Because changing your mindset and also changing the way you talk about yourself and others could bring the right people into your life to bless you. A lot of people want to bless you, but they won't bless you because the way you're talking, and God will not send them. There's people right now that want to bless you with $25,000 or $50,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 or even $1,500. There's people out there that want to bless, but God's holding them off because you don't have the right mindset and you're speaking negative in your life, and God doesn't want them to be cursed. Because they give you that money and you're in that mindset, now the devil, that's open door for them to be attacked. This is why I keep telling you guys, don't just be giving money out. You better pray over the money you give out, because you don't know who you're giving the money to, right? And so that's why we need to pray over the money we give out. If we're going to give out money and donate, we better pray over that money, because you don't know if you're giving it to a person that is negative with a vagabond spirit or not. And if you ain't dealt with your vagabond spirit and the poverty spirit and the negativity spirit, and you received the Iraqi dinar revaluation, or you receive whatever else, maybe Iran or Vietnam or whatever it is, or you get lucky and somebody gets lucky with the lottery, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna within a year or less, you're gonna wonder where the money went. Right? Because a fool and his money will depart, right? And we see that all the time. People with negative mindsets that came up on wealth, the wealth is gone within 6 months to a year. It's gone. And people are like, what happened to your wealth? I thought you just had like $3 million. Oh man, I can't. I mean, this happened to me. This happened to me. This happened to me. This happened. And you know why those things are happening to them? Because they're still talking negative, even with the wealth, and they have already created a future of negativity. So the universe is literally removing them from the wealth by creating bad environments, bad situations for themselves. The universe is creating this bad situations, so they can remove themselves from that wealth. That's the power of words. That is the power of words, man. I tell you. The reason why you're in the position you're in right now, and you cannot, and everything looks bad, and you can't succeed, and you're having problems, is because of your mouth. It's your tongue that is destroying your future. So now you know how to change it. Change the way you think about yourself. Change the way you think about others. Speak life into your life. Wake up and speak life into you, man. Be thankful that you're alive and speak life into you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, speak life. Thank you, Father, for waking me up. I am successful. I am wealthy. I am healed from every sickness and disease. I am grateful. I am favored. I am blessed. I am great. I am successful. My day will be successful. This week will be successful. This month will be successful. This year will be successful. Favor is all around me. Blessings is all around me. Promotions is all around me. I am the blessed one. I am the promoted one. I am the healed one. Every sickness and disease is healed now from my body. I go forth healed. I am favored in everything I do. Every situation I'm in, I am favored in Yeshua's name. Ladies and gentlemen, try that. Okay? Like seriously, try that and see how your life changes. Rapidly, your life will change. I will tell you to do it in the morning, do it at lunchtime, and do it at night. And you'll get even faster results. Okay? Here comes your promotion. Here comes your healing. Here comes your wealth. Here comes delays being broken. Here comes families and friends that are going to start calling you and say, hey, I missed you, man. I love you. Here comes God sending people to bless you. Here comes that $15,000 that somebody's been waiting 3 years to give you. That God couldn't give you because you were talking negative every day and doubting yourself. Here comes the bank account saying, hey, man, your debt's cleared, man. We got you. You've been a customer for 10 years. We got you. Debt forgiveness. All because you finally know the reason why your life is the way it is. Eyes open. God bless you so much. Peace out. Bye.